My name is Elise, and this happened 5 years ago, when I was 27, living alone just outside Portland, Oregon. It was the first time I ever felt truly independent. I had a studio apartment in a quiet, older neighborhood, the kind with uneven sidewalks, vintage street lamps, and buildings with paint that always seemed halfway through peeling. I worked a late shift at a 24-hour diner, usually getting home a little after 1 a.m. It wasn't glamorous, but it was quiet, and the nights were my time. I liked the stillness of the city after dark. I liked the illusion of safety I felt on my walk home, until one night, I saw him. He was standing across the street from my building, under a flickering street lamp. He wore an oversized coat, maybe dark green or brown, and he was completely still. No smoking, no pacing, no phone, just watching. I felt that twinge in my gut, the one that says something's wrong, even when nothing's happening. I fumbled for my keys, darted into my building, and locked the door behind me. I peeked out the window next to the mailboxes. He was gone. I didn't sleep much that night. The next few nights, I tried to shrug it off. Maybe he was waiting for someone. Maybe he lived in the building across the street. I told myself 100 little lies, just to silence the unease. Then, I saw him again. Same street lamp, same coat, same dead still posture. Only this time he was smiling. It wasn't a friendly smile. It looked forced, unnatural, like someone trying to imitate what they think a smile should look like. His lips curled too tightly, and his cheeks didn't move. I didn't want to assume the worst. People are weird, right? Maybe he was just some awkward guy with insomnia. But it kept happening. Once a week, then twice, then almost every night. Always under the same street lamp. Always that horrible smile, never a word, never a step toward me. Just watching. I started taking different routes home. Once I even got off the bus a few stops early and walked the long way just to avoid the street lamp. Didn't matter. He was there. One night, he was even closer. Across the street and one building down, still standing, still smiling. I thought I was losing it until I came home and found a note under my door. It wasn't an envelope. It was a single torn sheet of paper, folded once. All it said was, "I love how your keys jingle when you're almost home." I stared at it for a long time, hoping it was a joke, praying it was a sick prank. But I hadn't told anyone about him. My hand shook as I called the police. They came, took my statement, walked around the building and said they'd file a report. That was it. No prints, no camera footage, no one to arrest. The officer said I should keep my doors locked and stay alert. Gee, thanks. Things got worse. I'd hear footsteps behind me on the way home. Light, steady, careful. I turn around and see no one. But the feeling was there, crawling across my skin like centipede legs. Once, I turned the corner of my hallway and saw a shape dart out of sight down the stairwell. When I looked, no one was there. I bought a security camera for inside my apartment, installed it facing my door, thinking maybe I'd catch him in the act if he ever came back. For a few days, nothing happened. No visits, no notes. Then, while I was at work, I got an alert on my phone. Motion detected at your door. I opened the app and rewound the footage. There was no one there, but the doorknob turned. very slowly, as if someone had tried it, then changed their mind. The notes came back, shorter, creepier. You hum in the elevator. It's cute. You cried last night. I listened. I think we'd be good together. I reported every single one. I begged my landlord to change the locks, but he brushed me off, said unless I had a restraining order or evidence, there wasn't much he could do. I started sleeping with a knife under my pillow. Every creak in the floor made me jump, but nothing scared me more than what happened next. It was a rainy Wednesday night. I was exhausted, and my shift had gone long. I got off the bus, kept my head down, and speed walked the last 2 blocks to my apartment. As I got closer, I saw movement in the mailroom window. There was a man standing inside. He wasn't looking through the mailbox. He wasn't dropping off a package. He was staring through the glass at me. That smile, that horrible, wrong smile. He didn't move, didn't react, just watched as I stopped in my tracks. I ran. I didn't look back. I just ran into the night, fumbling for my phone, dialing a friend, begging them to let me stay over. I didn't go home for 2 days. When I finally did, the camera showed nothing. Not him, not even the doorknob turning. It was like he didn't exist, like he was a ghost. But I know what I saw. I broke my lease, paid the fee, packed my things and moved across the country to live with my cousin in upstate New York. I got a new number, new job, new everything. And it's been quiet since then. But I still get anxious walking home at night. I still flinch when I hear keys jingle behind me. And sometimes, in the dark reflections of windows or puddles, I swear I see him. The same coat, the same stare, the same smile, too wide for a human face. If you're out there, the man with the broken smile, please don't try to find me again. Let's not meet, ever. Thank you for stepping into the shadows with me. If this tale kept you looking over your shoulder, imagine what waits in the next one. Subscribe to the Draconian universe, where nightmares are whispered and the watchers are always listening. Until next time, sleep carefully and stay draconian. Good night.